I appreciate being accepted for my turkey voice.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Yo, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm living. I'm alive.
You got a car.
I did. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's
I'm
exciting.
still very surprised by it all.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing it because like I had seen a car earlier that day and I didn't like the salesperson. So I was like, yeah, I'll come back for this car with someone else.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm gonna continue looking. He really fucked up. He really
Really?
did. And I continued looking and I found this one and it was 6 p.m. The dealership closed at 7. I decided to start driving. I got there at 6:35 just to look at it. Just to look at it. And then I bought it.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's meant to be. It's meant to be. I
Yes.
had a dream about you that you won the lottery, and I was like, now you can do you can move and do your thing.
Yes, yes, yes. I actually had a dream prior to that that I was walking in stagnant, dirty water. So
Oh, okay.
I need to get out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that it's all lining up. Yeah.
Should we start officially?
Yes. Hi. How are
Hello,
you?
welcome to What Have You Been Reading?
Welcome, welcome. Thank you
Welcome
for
back. I
listening
know we've been
in.
a little sporadic and with the holidays, it's been a little crazy, but I'm Alex.
I'm Karla, and I feel like we are really on point with who we are and and our recording schedule. I think we're giving the people what they've come to expect, which is just a peppering of a little bit of conversation when you least expect it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be tomorrow, it could be a month from now, and you just.
We're that spice jar that sometimes doesn't get used all too often during the year, but then when you do use the spice jar, you're like,
Really nails the
whoa.
flavor.
Yes.
I did have someone message me on us on Instagram, like looking forward to our next
Yay.
episode. And they said, it's crazy with the holidays, totally understand, but excited for whenever you guys post your next one, which was super sweet.
Well, thank you,
Love
thank
hearing that.
you. I'm very
So
excited
speaking
to dive
of,
in.
should I start with what people have been reading?
Yes, please. I saw one response from Amy. Woo woo.
I know. Amy is one of our literate lushes, our book club. I will say, usually people answer these and I'll repost them on Instagram and I'll put like a picture of the book that they're reading and I'll do like a little shout out. But I posted this on like the 23rd, I think. I
Oh,
was baking cookies all day with the kiddos and wrapping presents and I posted it and then I never went back to it. And then right before we were recording right now, I was like, oh, I should check and see what everyone's answers were. So thank you to everyone that responded. I'm sorry I didn't do the Instagram shout out, but we are doing the most important one, which is the podcast shout out,
yes, the spoken one.
the spoken one. So Misty had just finished Crow Talk, which is a book that I read a while back and I really enjoyed it. It has a beautiful cover. And then currently, or at the time, she was reading Between the Sound and the Sea. And then her next book was going to be A Christmas Carol,
Mm.
probably to just nail in that holiday feel. Amy was reading Chasing Stardust. I didn't get a chance to look that one up. Do you know anything about it?
No, but I feel like that was one of our book club books.
Erica
Hmm.
Luck Dean.
I feel like it was in fact, I think it
What's
might be our current book club
I was
pick.
just going to say, is that our current one? Because I have not read our current book club. I don't even know when our book
Well,
club is, what the book
I looked
is.
it up and I couldn't find it. I looked it up in my Libby and it came up, but it was a completely different author. So I think that I have the wrong book. So I don't know if I put in the wrong title.
Yeah.
Um, it's possible. I've done that. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure, not sure, but I haven't
Okay.
read it.
So this one is Zoe Jones goes on a cross-country road trip to spread her late mother's ashes following a path inspired by David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust tour based on her grandmother's stories that her grandfather might be Bowie. So I think this will be a hit with some of our folks that are big
Yep.
Bowie fans in our book club.
Yeah.
Um, I do feel like there's a whole genre of books on like cross-country trips and spreading ashes. Do you think a lot of people do this in real life? They must.
Oh, I thought that your sentence was going to end just in cross country trips, but I haven't really paid attention to the spreading ashes part. No.
I mean, this is, I guess a lot is maybe an exaggeration, but
Here, like this is the second book I've heard of.
I would say at least four. And I think four within my limited world of books, like
Okay.
I think that's
A respectable amount.
enough to kind of put up a little antenna to kind of feel
Okay.
things out a little.
Yeah, no, I haven't really noticed that. We're not in the same book genres, you and I.
Yes, yes.
So, yeah, you're very much into the family drama, which is probably why that is a thing for you.
So that was Amy. Megan is going through and rereading Emily Henry books. Love
Okay.
that. Love
Am
a
I
good.
gonna have to I'm gonna have to dive in to that at some point. Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you? Because I feel like every time you feel like you have to do these things and you don't like them.
I mean, I did go into Quicksilver because you were like Quicksilver, blah blah blah, and everybody's like rabid for that book. So okay,
Well,
wait. I
Brimstone, which is the second one, is out, so that's why there's all the talk about it.
Yeah, and I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Okay, okay.
You go on.
Abby was finishing up The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt.
Okay.
Have you read that? I feel like I should
No,
read
but
it.
I feel like I'm a part of the anxious generation.
I feel like I need to read it for my kiddos.
Oh, okay. So is it like a self-help book? What is it?
I think it's understanding um like this generation of kids growing up probably with like phones and electronics, and they seem to just have a much higher level of anxiety.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna take my glasses
to be
off.
interesting to understand that from like a social perspective.
Okay.
Social is not the right word. That's what I'm looking for.
Sociological.
But like as a society, generational, yada, 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 obviously there's like stuff that's affecting children. It'd be interesting to understand it a little bit more because I do have three young kiddos.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. Thankfully, none of mine seem to suffer from anxiety, but I see it a lot with like friends at each of their grade levels and neighbors and stuff. And I am always kind of intrigued by the why of these things. Like, why is
Well,
this
do your kids
generation getting
have like
affected?
phones and stuff? No, you don't. Your kids don't have phones.
We
Uh,
have we have devices, right? So like we have
yeah,
an
I remember
iPad
you
that's
telling
shared.
me, but that's not something that they can use to connect with other kids.
Correct. There's no like they don't have Instagram, they don't have Facebook or any kind of stuff like that. Every now and then we'll catch them kind of chatting through video games or something, and we're very strict about that also. So they
Yeah.
do games. I mean, they game a lot. Um, so anyhow, I'm not much of a nonfiction reader, but this is one
Yeah.
of those books that I keep hearing pop up and that I am very curious to maybe attack someday. So that's
Okay.
Abby. Thank you, Abby. Um, my sister Ashley is reading 30, Flirty, and Forever Alone by Christine Riccio, and that was in Amazon First Reads. For those that have Amazon Prime, every month you have like a selection of books that are recently published that are available for free. Um,
Oh yeah, I read one of those wait, was it one of those? I read one of those for this round and I forgot to write it down. Okay, go ahead.
I wonder if we read the same one. Probably not, because I went with the romance one.
I read the apocalypse one.
Yeah, I love it. And then our dear Flippin' Pages has been reading The Bee Sting, The Husbands, The Perfect Divorce, and Careless People.
The Perfect Divorce is a follow-up to the perfect
Marriage?
marriage with remember when I was telling you that the guy is going to jail for the murder of his mistress?
Yeah.
It's the follow-up to that. And I wanted to read it and I was like I'm looking at you and then I looked away and I forgot all
You
about it
looked
until
away.
right now.
Well, look at that. Now it's back on your radar.
Maybe, yeah. Okay.
Well, thank you, guys, girls, gals, gents, ladies, fellows, humans, for sharing your reads. Did I cover everything?
I think so. I think you went down the line. Um,
Fantastic.
okay.
You know what
So
I'm excited to hear about, Karla?
tell me.
Krampus. You were so excited.
Oh my God.
Tell me what you've been reading, Karla.
I just coughed. Sorry. Okay, so I wanted to read Krampus because one, I love the idea of Krampus so
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
And I have for years. I don't know if you've seen like the postcards from like old timey days of like Krampus with like a sack of bad kids, and he's just carting them off because they've been bad. Have always loved Krampus. Um, and then I saw this book and it was from the same author as Slewfoot. So I had
That's
really,
right.
yeah, so you know how much I loved Slewfoot. So I had
Expectations were high.
really high expectations. And uh it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. Obviously, it
Yeah.
wasn't the same. It's not the same book. But it wasn't as grabby as Slewfoot. With Slewfoot, I was so invested in the story. I was
You were
so
hooked from
interested.
page one.
Yeah, I was so interested in what happened to the characters with Krampus. And I'm not gonna do like a whole compare and contrast for the whole conversation about the book because that's unfair, I feel.
Yeah.
But the writing did not seem as dynamic in Krampus
Hmm.
as it was in Slewfoot. With Slewfoot, I just felt like every single chapter that I read was something that I was interested in reading. With Krampus,
Yeah.
I felt like it could have been shorter. Um, I wasn't interested in what happened to like the human aspect of the story. He seemed the human in the story seems lackluster. I don't care about him or his music career. I was interested in
Ooh,
finding out.
music career.
Yeah,
Oh.
so okay, so let me tell you all about this. Basically, we've got a guy who is separating from his wife and they have a young child, and he has never gotten over his fear of like advocating for himself. So even though his music is supposedly really, really good, he's just never done anything with it. So he's disappointed in himself, his wife is disappointed in him. It just kind of
Hmm.
sucks all around. Um, and like I was saying, I don't know if it's the writing, I don't know if it's the character, I don't know if it's like it just didn't feel like it was very necessary for the story.
Yeah.
I just didn't care about what ended up happening to him. Like he could have died and I would have been cool with that.
Yeah. Like
So
whatever.
that sucked, for a character.
Yeah.
Um, on the side of Krampus, Krampus has like a just a mortal hatred for Santa Claus. Okay,
Yeah.
and basically it all comes down to them being like descendants of Nordic gods. Um,
Okay.
yeah, like Loki and Odin and
Ooh.
yeah, which I think was also an issue for me because I've never really cared about that mythology. It's
Yeah.
interesting uh, at a glance, but I feel like, I don't know. I've always been more interested in Greek mythology than Norse mythology for some
Yeah.
reason. Who
We
knows?
had a book on Norse mythology
Yeah,
for our book club, and I don't know that I read it.
I don't remember. I do remember that we did have a book. I don't remember if I read it or not, but I've never really been super interested in that kind of storytelling. But anywho, Krampus is a descendant of Loki, and
Okay.
Santa Claus is the second son of Odin. So already there's like a little bit of a
Yeah.
headbutting there. So that's where their beef starts, and
Okay.
then we meet Krampus when he is in a cave and he's basically a prisoner there. and he
Okay.
has been a prisoner for hundreds of years because that's where Santa Claus left him. And while Krampus has been imprisoned, um, Santa Claus has been like stealing his thunder and
Ooh.
like using Krampus's lore as his lore. So we've got the Yule tree, which is, the Christmas tree. We've got what else do we have? Oh, the reindeer. They're actually supposed to be goats, apparently.
Oh,
I didn't know
okay.
that, but apparently there's goats and they're the ones that fly.
Okay.
And then Krampus has bell snickles that do his bidding. And it's a really interesting story. It actually makes me interested in like finding out more about the Krampus lore because that has always been very interesting to me. But um but not because of this. But this book was not. This book was not it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I I did end up buying Slewfoot because of it, though. I was like, you know what? I was
Liked
like,
it
you
so
know
much
what?
more.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? This is not it for me, but Slewfoot definitely is, so I ended up buying it. Um,
I love
yeah,
that.
yeah. The book was okay. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I did write down that none of the moments that are supposed to like really like hook you and grab you felt like I couldn't put the book down.
Yeah.
So, um, I did see a lot of similar things throughout this book. Krampus is very interested um in making sure that the earth is taken care of.
Okay.
And that was a major theme in Slewfoot also. So it made me wonder if this author just kind of uses that as a base for all of his books because it's such a strong, strong theme in both stories that keeping the earth safe and making sure that the earth is taken care of. It's such a huge part of the story. So I wonder if this guy is
Captain
uh,
Planet.
like a tree hugger, you know?
Yeah.
Which I like that. I like tree huggers.
Did you look into it at all?
I looked into him because I thought that the author was a woman because of what because of the storyline in Slewfoot. I thought the author would probably be a woman. It's a dude. So
Oh,
apparently he just writes really good women, and it says on there that he will talk to his wife sometimes when he has questions about women. So that's
great.
nice. I like that. No, but it didn't say a lot about whether he was into earth conservation. But I'm assuming that's the case because a lot of his two of his stories have a very strong base of let's take care of Mother Earth
Yeah.
and let's kill everybody who gets in our way.
We should start doing a little fact check session. My cousin who listens to our podcast always kind of likes to check in on some of the stuff that we talk about. So I think
Okay.
our last that we talked about the librarian posting and the salary range. So then he had all of these questions and we went back and forth on what that salary is. So
Okay.
on here, if anyone else was curious, the posted salary range for that librarian position was 177,000 to 336,000 per year.
That's a big range. That's
But it's
kind
for
of a
the
big gap.
entire, yeah, I'm sure it depends on experience. That is a huge, huge gap or range. But it is not a librarian for like one library. It's the district librarian for the
Ooh.
entire county. So then we also looked up like how many libraries does that encompass? I think it was like over 20 something. So you're in charge of,
Ooh. A
that's a lot of
lot.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone else was interested, we went down that whole thing, but it is kind of fun to delve into these things a little bit more. So maybe in the next podcast, we can look into some of the background for this author, see
Yeah,
if we
the
can
author is
dive into
broad.
their motivations on why they write certain topics.
Yeah, very I mean, I would not mind going down that hole. Yeah. As long as it's not too deep.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to write a dissertation on it, but
No. Anywho, tell me what you've been reading.
I I've had a little trouble the last couple months. I've been really busy at work, and then with the holidays and like Thanksgiving and stuff, it's been kind of hard.
Side note,
Yeah,
this might get cut. Did you get promoted?
I did.
Yay!
Yay! So it's technically effective 1/1, but I've already kind of started doing some of the stuff. But yeah,
I was
I got
scrolling and I
promoted to
saw something like that.
COO, which is crazy.
Oh my God, Alex.
I know it's a very big title. I don't know what it means yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I hope I can pull it off. Yeah, very exciting. They like
That's
see
so
the
cool.
potential in me, and it'll put us in a better financial situation next year than we are right now. So that's very exciting. And yeah, it's just nice to be in a place where people see your potential and are willing to reward you with like not only in title but also in
Yeah,
salary and compensation,
definitely.
and also they were like very concerned about me being happy, which I thought was huge. So like we know that you love doing these kinds of things and you're going to have to be doing those kinds of things. So it's up to you if you want to do them or if you want to do some of them and not all of them. I don't know, it was very nice. So yeah, I'm excited. But it does come with more work and like stuff. So I feel like my reading habits have been a little off and maybe trying to readjust. And then I just haven't had a ton of like books that I've been super excited about. Like I've started a few. I've been doing a lot of the ones that are just available now on Libby because now the
Yeah.
wait times like kind of throw me off. And
Oh yeah, and I
um
don't like the whole suspend hold shit. I don't like that.
yeah, I've had some trouble adjusting to that. Um and I haven't been as good about being able to read like the physical books that I have. Like I have a few copies of stuff that I want to read. I just haven't, like by the time I get to bed, I'm tired. So I've been doing a lot of the audiobooks, but it just has to be like whatever's available randomly.
Mm.
So I've been reading like a bunch of random books. The point is, I feel like I don't have any like superstar books that I've been reading lately. I feel like I'm ready next month to read like a good novel that's like deep and serious, which I feel like it's been a while since I read
Okay.
like literature rather than like breezy romance.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I've been in the mood for right now because I'm so tired and busy. I kind of just want like something easy. All that to say, so I did read recently my Amazon first read, I think it was last month, was Yours for the Season by Uzma Jalaluddin, I think is the last name.
Okay.
Same author as Much Ado About Nada, if anyone's
Nada.
read that one. Which I think I also read. I love books that are kind of cross-cultural. I love getting insight into cultural practices and traditions that I'm not familiar with. So this one was really great. The main character is Samira Malik, who's Muslim. She meets this chef who's, white American chef named Tom Cook, of all names.
He's a chef
Um,
that's last okay. His last name is Cook. Okay.
with an E,
Okay.
Cooke. I mean, if that makes a difference,
It makes all the difference.
makes all the difference. Um, she's an attorney, like super stressed at work.
This just
Karla's
reminded
already.
me, it reminded me of The Office when Dwight like betrays Michael and he says that he's going to the dentist and he's like, well, who's your dentist's name? And he's like, Crentist. And he's like, a Crentist whose name is Dentist? No, wait, a dentist whose name is Crentist? Anywho, Tom Cook.
Tom Cook. They meet at her holiday party. One thing leads to another. Before you know it, they're like fake dating to appease their families and going to his family's cabin for Christmas. And then her family, I think they're Indian, her Indian parents kind of invite themselves to join. She's super embarrassed. And now they spend this whole week together. Hey, holidays in a cabin. Alex is a happy girl.
And you put on note here that there's making samosas. That's
Yeah, so
legit.
that was a big thing was like she's teaching him how to make samosas. He's learning how to
Delicious.
do this different stuff. Like his parents are super, like her parents ended up cooking all day, like some Indian dishes and stuff. I loved seeing like the cultures come together, and there wasn't any kind of weirdness or animosity. Like the parents are all getting along and happy-go-lucky and trying to like learn from each other on how each culture celebrates the holidays. And I'm trying to think of any other highlights. Yeah, I thought it was really cute. I loved it.
Okay.
Obviously, yada yada yada, happy ever after. Um, but it was cute. There's like some social media stuff involved because he was trying to record some videos for like his YouTube and stuff. So they filmed videos of like her teaching him how to make samosas, and that kind of stuff was cute.
Oh man, we need to get on that social media train. It's hard. Did
It's
you see
hard.
the little TikTok that I tried making? I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I
I
can't talk to it.
didn't.
I
Did you
hated
post
it.
it on our TikTok?
Sure didn't because I hated it. But you know what?
Hmm.
Knowing that you have a problem is the first step in fixing it.
Yeah.
I have a
It's
problem
also
with
like, I know I
being,
mentioned it before, but for me, it's time. I like just not having time to do content creation is
yeah,
tough. And I like,
yeah.
honestly, the last few weeks, I haven't even been on like my own Bookstagram account. I really haven't been posting anything. I've just been a little out of touch on stuff on the socials.
I'm just not social.
This is
That's what the
true.
issue is. Yeah. Very, very antisocial.
Yeah,
It is what it is. We're trying. We're
we're
trying.
trying. You know what? We're here. What else have you been reading? Can I? Hmm. I
Uh,
want to talk about both Quicksilver and Is She Really Going Out with Him?
I really don't have a lot to say about is she really going out with him because like literally I might be on chapter 3.
I really like that author. I've read that book.
I know that's why I picked her up.
Yeah. But it's she's a cute author.
I
Cute
know
little.
that's what I wrote in my note. I said that maybe this is the start of me liking cute books because I liked The Wedding People. So I decided to give Sophie Cousins a try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well,
but
keep me
and
posted on that journey.
so far it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. It's fine. Here we
And
are.
then Quicksilver, you gave up.
Quicksilver was kind of a not what I was expecting. I thought that it was
Okay.
going to be at least a little bit full of there was a little bit of action. There was, running away from a guard. Oh, it was crazy how she got tortured. Um, I was not expecting that from a cutesy
Yeah.
book. Whoa,
From a what book?
from a cutesy book. Is this a cutesy book?
I
No,
wouldn't
it's
say this is cutesy. I think this is
oh,
like a
fantasy.
romancy, like a fantasy romance.
It's definitely fantasy because there's some elves here, which is not my jam. I don't
Yeah.
like a pointy ear with a rounded ear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know why. I just need to get over that hurdle. I need to.
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but if no one wants to hear this, skip ahead 10 seconds or 15. But then there will be vampires eventually in the storyline.
Oh, you know what? That's not
If that's a deal
surprising
breaker for you.
because I like vampires. I
I
just
know you
don't.
like vampires,
But I
but
don't like I always want
the
to talk
mixing
about the
of breeds,
science. I always want to talk about the science behind it.
yeah.
Which is stupid because there is no science behind this. But it's not surprising that there's going to be vampires because they did mention something about how elves now used to drink blood before, like in
You're
generations
saying
prior.
elves, but I think you mean something else, like fae?
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Thanks.
Elves, and I go, I don't think that's right.
No, you're right. It's not. So sorry, my bad. Fae and elves are not the same thing.
Yeah,
So they're fae.
they're a little
Um,
taller.
sure. And apparently used to be a little bit of a vampire situation going on. But yeah, I stopped reading it. I got kind of bored by it.
Yeah.
Um, by page 300, I expect to be invested in the character. At least one. At least one
Yeah.
character needs to be important to me. Um, I need to have interest in knowing what their story is going to end in for me
Yeah.
to be cool with reading a 1,300 page book.
Is it 1,300 pages?
It's 1,300 pages. And if
Wow.
you
I think I did
can't,
it on audio.
okay, well, I didn't. And
Mm.
and I felt it. 'Cause like
Yeah.
I like I got past page 300, and I mean, I'm somewhat interested in figuring out, like whether the brother got killed, but that's like just morbid curiosity. Did the brother get killed? Not because I actually care about the brother, not because I actually care about the main character. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it some time. It's gonna come right back around on my Libby apparently in about 11 weeks. So we'll see if I go back to it. But as of right now, I did stop reading it.
I
Um,
do want to share one of my a good reader friend that we kind of go back and forth on Instagram.
yeah.
Uh, Rowan from Throne of Glass is like her number one like book boyfriend type thing.
Okay.
And she messaged our group recently and she said, "You guys are going to be shocked, but I think Kingfisher is replacing that number one slot for me." She's she just finished book 2.
I have an
So,
issue with Kingfisher also.
well, I went off last episode on like the name Kingfisher. That was
Yeah,
kind of annoying to me, but
yeah.
hmm.
I would have an issue having a boyfriend called Kingfisher. However,
However,
um, aside from that, his personality is pretty bad. From what I read so far, there's nothing redeeming there. I don't understand. I also think that maybe I'm out of the demographic where negging works. So
what? Nagging?
negging, which
Nagging. What's
is
nagging?
so it's like this term that encapsulates how like men will sometimes treat women badly,
Oh.
and that makes women be more attracted to them.
Oh, okay. I've never
I
heard that before.
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty practice. But yeah, negging is a thing. And
I don't recall that. I feel like like I remember him being an asshole,
yeah, no, I don't think
which
he's
later
doing it.
you hear like in
I'm
this
assuming
book,
that there's
you'll
some sort
find
of
out
thing. Yeah.
why the reasons of him being an asshole, but I don't remember him being,
I don't think he's doing it to get her to be attracted to him. No.
yeah.
But I do think that a lot of a lot of the storylines that I see like in rom-coms or whatever, or um like in shows and stuff, you see a guy who is kind of like a dick, and girls just fall over
Yeah,
to
I don't
to
like
to
that.
be into a relationship with him, or to like be in a friends with benefits with him or whatever. And I've never really understood the dynamic there. I've never liked that dynamic.
Did you watch how
um
we mentioned Bridesmaids? Have you seen Bridesmaids?
yeah,
The like asshole guy that she's hooking up
yeah,
with at the
yeah.
beginning. It's like that.
Yes. So I don't like that. And I kind of see him that way, this Kingfisher guy. I don't respond well to that kind of
Yeah.
man. So he's not very interesting to me. He seems like someone that I would just be like, okay, this is the situation that I'm in. I have to learn how to like manipulate Quicksilver from this guy.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna peace out because this guy can suck a dick.
But then things happen and then you find things out and then you
I
learn a
mean,
little bit more about him.
I'm sure that we're gonna find out that he's like the saintiest saint ever, whoever sainted. And I mean, he's gonna be a saint with abs, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, well,
I mean,
yeah,
who doesn't want a saint with abs?
who doesn't? So anyway, I might go back to it. Who knows? Who knows what I'll do? Whatever.
Right? Well, I'm excited for both of these journeys for you.
Gracias.
I just finished The Plight Before Christmas by Kate Stewart. This was another like super light Christmas read because it's kind of the season that I'm in, and it was available on Libby. And it was cute. Again, there's like, oh my God, Karla, why the face? Karla has a
Okay.
shocked face.
Do you remember that story that I told you about that I did not like about the two dudes that like end up hooking up with that one girl who's like
Hmm.
19 from a long time ago that I told you that she was like back in town because her dad was super duper rich and this was her way of getting money because they had a deal that like if she spent a year in his house working at his place that he would give her X amount of money.
Yeah.
That's that author.
Oh, really?
Did you
Kate
like
Stewart?
her writing? Yeah, did you like her writing?
Hmm. I did.
Okay.
I mean,
Well
for what
then,
it is, again, like I said, I haven't been reading anything like super deep or literature-esque. I thought
yeah.
it was good for what it was.
Okay.
But yeah, once again, a family stuck in a cabin for a week, which in my mind, um, because I had to deal with everyone's holiday schedules right now, like getting coverage for the office because we're not closed, and I had to work a couple days and I'll work a couple days next week. How does an entire family, like parents, adult sons and daughters with children, like they all just have a week and a half off to go spend in the cabin? Like, I want that. And then you just get to like do Christmas stuff the whole time. And I'm thinking, you gotta like cook and do dishes. You can't just make gingerbread houses and go sledding all day. I
Do they
want to do that.
have do they have help?
Not in the book. They're not
Oh, okay.
mentioning it.
I was
I
gonna
will
say
say a big
maybe.
part of in this story, like the two main characters actually wash dishes at the end of the day, and like that's when they have their little
Oh,
discussion. So I mean, they are washing dishes. There is real life stuff going on, but yeah, do people do this in real life? Do you really like everyone just jets off for a week to a cabin and like they hold hands and sing Kumbaya?
I don't know. I've never had that.
I've
I've
never
never
had
had
that.
that.
Dear listener, tell us, have you had this? Is this a reality? Because
I
I
had
want that, and I'm just wondering
I worked
if
yesterday.
it's an unrealistic expectation for me to want that someday.
So it's the day after Christmas and I worked on
Yeah,
Friday. So I've never had that.
yeah.
But I do
Um,
know, like one of our mutual friends, I feel like she does get the 2 weeks off.
and I used to at the district. I would get 2 weeks off, and it was, but like once my kids are adults, the
Did you hold
idea
hands
that
and sing Kumbaya?
no, I was probably freaking out the whole time, trying to buy presents and doing all of the things.
I'm gonna cough.
Um,
Please hold.
yeah. But I will say, so yesterday, I took yesterday off, which was the
Hmm.
26th. It
Hmm.
was super nice. I like got to catch up on our kitchen because it was a disaster and kind of cleaning up some of like the Christmas detritus that was all over the house. Um, but then we just had the fireplace on and the Christmas tree and like the boys played video games and I like read and I took a nap on the couch. It was really nice, which is hard for like I'm not normally a person that can sit and slow down.
Yeah.
So I've been really trying really hard. Like I sat on the couch and Jeff was like, I'm really proud of you. So that was nice. But yeah, I hope I can get to that point again where I just have that entire time. But once my kids are adults with families, like the fact that they would be able to take that time off and I take that time off and we have this like place that
Yeah.
we can all go to and stay in together, like have a large enough place to accommodate that many people.
Yeah. What's going to happen when each one of your kids has a significant other and they have to split up the holidays?
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough because what if your kid one has a split that doesn't
A
align with
line.
kid two and kid three, their split weeks?
We were
That's going to be
talking about
crazy.
that. This came up at our Christmas because so this was the year, like Jeff and I kind of alternate with our families. So this was the year that we spent Christmas with my family. And we've all kind of aligned, like our families have all kind of aligned to be on the same cycle,
The same schedule. Yeah.
So like we were basically all together except for one cousin whose wife's family is on the east or in the south. and they flew to the South for Christmas. And I go, oh, he's got to like figure out his cycle to get back on cycle,
Yeah.
like, because now he's going to be the only one that's kind of off every year. Because next year we probably won't all be together and he'll
The
be around. And then, it'll
that
just be
planet
off.
is out of orbit.
Yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. I feel like I got really lucky with my in-laws and my family is very understanding on like switching holidays.
Hmm.
I just hope I remember that when my kids are adults and have their partners and families, that I will also be understanding of those situations.
You know what would be nice is if the grandparents, like you and Jeff,
Yeah,
you and Jeff and the other grandparents travel with, you know?
yeah,
That way there
yeah.
is no split and maybe it's just a different household.
We've had that a few times because my family and Jeff's family get like his parents and my family get along very well. So like if we're hosting, like we've hosted Thanksgiving and Christmas before, and Jeff's parents will come over and my family will be here, and then we're kind of all together.
Oh, that's
Um,
perfect. Yeah.
and that's great. Yeah. So
Yeah,
anyhow,
yeah.
sorry, back to the plight before Christmas.
Right.
This was a second chance romance. So we have the female main character whose family is all getting together. She's going through a lot of personal shit. She's just had a lot of bad luck. She's down in the dumps, getting to the grandparents' cabin. The grandparents passed away, and they're all getting together in this cabin that they've obviously grown up in and have amazing memories, and it's been in the family for forever. I'm only
Generational
saying
wealth.
it, I'm only saying it in that way because I'm jealous. But then she gets there and her brother comes in. Oh, and her mom says, "Oh, by the way, your brother's bringing someone from work because he didn't have anywhere to go." She's like, "Ugh, I thought it was going to be just family. Like I'm in this shitty mood. Like I don't want outside people." But then the
Hot
brother
work
shows up.
guy.
What?
Hot work guy.
Yeah, so the brother shows up with his wife and this other guy. And lo and behold, Karla,
He's the
it's her.
saintiest saint that has ever sainted.
Not only that, but it's her ex-boyfriend from college who's like the only guy that she's ever actually been in love with, you know?
Oh my God.
And now there's forced proximity. They have to be staying in the same house. They're doing all of the Christmassy things. And he's there to apologize and make up for lost time.
Apologize. Who doesn't love an
I
apology?
know, because he was an asshole to her before, the way he ended things. And yeah, it's cute. There's like little children, like her brother and sister each have little kids, so there's like really sweet moments with like the little children and babies. And yeah, there's hot chocolate, there's eggnog, there's sledding, there's decorating a Christmas tree. I mean, and there's some very steamy scenes as well. Just throw those all in together, put them in a box, wrap it with the bow. Alex is a happy gal.
Look at you go.
Look at me go. So it was cute. It
Okay.
was a nice surprise because like I said, it's just like a random read on Libby, but it turned out to be cute.
Okay. Well, now I do want to find out because I did not write that apocalypse book. Nope, that's not the app. Oops.
What about Witchcraft for Wayward Girls?
I read that and I liked it, but now I want to tell you about dating after the end of the world. But no, I'm going to tell you about witchcraft for wayward girls, especially
Oh,
since apparently I can't pronounce that word.
yeah.
Um, so I read this book because I liked the other book again by the same author. Again, I just keep bopping up off of the authors that I like. Do you remember
And why
the?
not? That's like my
Yeah,
Emily Henry thing. Like, yeah,
it's
I
true.
like her books. Why
It's
not
true.
keep reading all of them?
So he wrote the book about the Southern Book Club ladies that go up against the vampire.
You love that one.
I did. So I thought to myself, why not read about a bunch of girls that get preggo and get bopped off to Florida? So it's set in the 70s, and our main character, Neva, got pregnant. And lo and behold, her teenage boyfriend was like, I'm gonna not deal with this.
Peace out.
Because, yeah, he's out.
Yeah.
So her dad takes her down to Florida, and there she is given a different name so that all of the girls use a fake name so that basically when they leave, nobody knows who anybody really was, and all of
Okay.
the girls can go back to living their lives without this ever have happened. Without this ever having happened? It doesn't matter. This never happened.
Yeah.
So they are there to have the kid and give it away. And Neva kind of never got a discussion about this. She just got dropped off, and it kind of looks like she agrees with this plan. She does want to just go back to her regular life. While there, she meets a girl who does not want to do that. She meets a girl who seems to have like supposedly like a disability, and they're kind of all confused by like how she's pregnant, and it turns out
Mm.
that she doesn't have a disability. She's just really quiet and has been abused, and that's why she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And so there is a little bit of a trigger warning in this because this girl was abused by her pastor. um Her parents allowed it basically,
Yeah.
and the wife, it was part of it as well. So there is a lot going on there that isn't super delved into, but it is discussed. So if you don't do well with that kind of storyline, this is probably not the book for you.
Yeah.
um so basically they get into witchcraft because it just comes about super innocently. They start reading a book, and it's How to Be a Groovy Witch, which I
Wow.
love.
I like
Like
that.
I said, it's set in the 70s, so it's telling you how to be a groovy witch. So,
Love it.
um, they start doing a little bit of witchcraft. They get in way over their heads with the leader of the coven that wrote this book. And they basically try to use witchcraft to save this girl from the situation that she's in and that she's going to have to go back to after she has her baby. It actually it delves into some pretty hardcore stuff, much like the other book. The other book,
Yeah.
talked about racism, and there was also some abuse going on over there. In this book, there is obviously the abuse that happens to this child. There's also, I mean, obviously, if it's happening from a pastor, there's also some spiritual abuse going on, and there's parental abuse. There's also like the fact that like a lot of the stuff that's natural to human beings is weaponized against girls, like sex and pregnancy and marriage or lack of marriage. And obviously they're very young, so yes, they probably shouldn't be in this situation, but like
Yeah.
it's all used against them. Like there is a lot of like conversation about like, well, if you did this, then it shouldn't be a problem for us to be sticking our fingers up inside of you to examine you. It's kind of like used against them,
Yeah.
and it's kind of gross because yeah, that does happen to people. So it's kind of campy because of the whole how to be a groovy witch, and there seems to always be that kind of like that that combination of camp while also talking about some pretty harsh things with this writer, which I like. But it also kind of feels a little bit like you're in a car that sometimes kind of goes to the left and you weren't expecting it. You're like, whoa, right? Because like you don't expect it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, like they're gonna
Taking
talk
you in a
about
whole
this
different
now.
direction.
Yeah. So I like his writing. I liked this book. I didn't like it as much as the previous book, but it is something that I would recommend if you're interested in this kind of storyline where you're talking about teen moms and like figuring out what's going to happen with their lives. And I think it all did get neatly wrapped up. You find out what happens to the girls that you're interested in. And oh, there's also a little bit of revenge.
Ooh.
I love revenge. So there's a little bit of revenge, and you're like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah,
Anyway, so that's Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix.
I
Four
love
out of five.
it. Cool. I have two things if we have time, if you don't have any other books to
I
discuss.
wanted to tell you about that zombie book, but I'm gonna save it for next time.
Okay. So one is kind of your top books to read before our next recording session. So what you plan on reading.
Oh.
And then would you happen to have any standout favorite books of 2025?
Slewfoot. And obviously the other one, which is Bat Eater and Other Names for Corazang. Holy shit.
Loved that.
Those two books are fucking rad.
Yeah.
They're
See,
so
I
good.
don't feel like I had any. I kind of went through all of my tops for each month. And I don't think I had any that blew me away like that necessarily, but I did. I read the Throne of Glass series, and I think that will end up being my like favorite of the year is just getting that whole series done. I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
And then Project Hail Mary was pretty high on my list as
Oh
well.
yeah, I remember that you said that.
The audio, I think it has to be the audio version for non-sciency minds. Um, and then what I'm hoping to read next, if I can get my ass together for physical books, is The Strength of the Few, which is book two
I bought
of,
it. I bought it.
yeah,
Even
it's a,
though
it's a
I
fat
haven't
one.
read The Will of the Many.
Oh, wait, you bought book two?
Yes, I bought book two because I already bought book one. I just never
Okay.
read it. And now
Feel
I have
guilty.
book
What
two.
if you hate it and you just
I
bought both of those
You
because of
should
me?
feel guilty if I hate
I
it.
have a coworker that already read The Strength of the Few, and he said he liked it. Not as good as book one. They rarely are.
Okay.
But he said it was good. So I had to stop reading. I had to stop looking at the Reddit thread because I just couldn't keep myself from reading it, and then I was spoiling things. So I have
Okay.
to read that. Not I have to. I want to read that. And then have I told you about my super cute sisters in our look at this.
Oh, that's cute.
It's the Sisterhood of the Traveling Books. So one of my sisters bought a canvas bag and then they like passed it around to each other. So we have like the book that we're all reading and then like a little journal where like each sister will put like her thoughts on it, like what she liked about it
That's adorable.
in here. And we've only done one book, obviously, so far, and I'm holding up the line because I haven't read this one yet, but a little pin to put on the bag for like the books that we've read.
Oh my God. That is so freaking cute.
And a pen that's in a jalapeno shape because jalapenos.
Right.
So I have to read this book. We're driving out to Arizona on New Year's Day. So this is like my number one goal for the New Year's to read this book so that we can complete the first cycle of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Books and then decide what our next book. What are you hoping to read?
I want to finish Is She Really Going Out with Him? I'm considering starting The Will of the Many because I did, like I said, I did buy it
Yeah,
and that was months ago.
yeah.
So I need to do that. And I've been considering rereading it because I watched the show. So it made me
You know
get
what
a
my mom finally found, Karla?
what? What is that? Oh my God, mine was blue.
Was it really?
Yes.
Look at this. It's Gone with the Wind, folks. We've talked about this book before, how it's Karla's comfort read. And I mentioned this to my mom, and she's like, I have that book somewhere.
Oh my God.
Copyright renewed in 1964, I think is this one. Oh, this was the cover. Look.
Oh wow. See, mine didn't have the jacket. Mine was
Yeah. I
when
mean,
I
this jacket has seen better days, but kind of cool.
yeah. Wow.
Huh. I have that sitting here.
Nice. Yeah,
Um,
so I watched the show and it made me want to reread the book. So I might do that.
cool.
Yeah.
Did you
Hmm.
finish The Dark Tower in
I
Spanish?
am halfway through the last book. I already
Okay.
cried twice.
Oof.
So
Yeah.
there's one more cry that I know is coming. and
You just can't
then
bring yourself to do it.
can't do it. Can't do it. It's really
Yeah.
difficult. I'm like bawling my eyeballs out, and I already know. I already know how it ends. So it's like, why am I crying about this? But I'm like,
I'm not a rereader, but I did get the whole Beartown series as like a prize from the publisher. I got like all three books.
ooh,
So now I'm like, oh, I feel like that's a series I could reread, but again, I know the ending and oh,
it doesn't matter. You still like your books.
I
I
know, but I'm
promise
just saying
you.
like I know I'm going to be an emotional mess. Like, and that would be hard to, yeah, put myself through knowing what's coming. Ooh.
But in rereading, you'll see new things and you might
Yeah.
really enjoy that.
Yeah,
I
I do need
I
to.
love rereading my books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to I need to get on that bandwagon. Final thing on my end, and then if you have anything else before we wrap up. So you know how Spotify does the Spotify Wrapped?
Yeah.
Where it gives you like your top thing. And we came up on people's Spotify's Wrapped, like for my sisters, because they listen to our podcast. And it was so cool to see our little podcast thing on
I
there
love
on
it.
people's little summaries. So thank you guys for listening. I know we are sporadic and not, super timely, but we appreciate you guys listening and it makes us so happy to know that you guys maybe get a little giggle, a little laugh out of what we
Yeah.
do here.
I appreciate being accepted for my turkey voice.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Yeah, it's this podcast has been really fun for me. I enjoy it. I like writing you my notes. I don't even know if you read them all of the time, but like I like writing you my notes because I
I
like
love it.
writing you my emails.
Yes. I love reading them. They take me on a journey every time.
Yay. So this is a really fun thing for me, and I'm glad that other people also seem to enjoy it. So thank you guys.
Well, happy 2025.
Yes.
And here's to some great reads in 2026.
Yes.
Happy reading, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank you.